as well. Thank you, Oliver. There we are. Thank you. It's because I started differently tonight. But thank you, Oliver. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Tonight we've got Manchester City versus Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final. It is Champions League semi-final time. I haven't got my Real Madrid top on tonight, as I have left it at my parents', so I will be getting that at the weekend for the next leg, which is very, very important. Thank you, Oliver, for alerting me to that. Thank you for alerting me to it. Usually I start with the actual starting screen, and evening to my dad as well. I usually start with the actual starting screen, so usually I turn on my mic then, but because we started a minute late, I tried to jump into it, but lesson learned, lesson learned. Thank you, Oliver. Do let me know your score predictions when you get in the chat, and let us know what you are thinking, and let us know if you're there and what you're thinking for tonight's match. And of course, like I say, Champions League semi-final time. We've started a little bit later tonight. Fancy going for a run, so we've only got 15 minutes of pre-match build-up. But I guess with these two sides, they don't really need too much of an introduction, do they? I think we know exactly what they are on about and what they're all about for tonight. And it's interesting. I can see the teams on the other screen, and it's a very, very interesting lineup at the moment. It looks very, very interesting. We'll jump into those in a second. It should be a really, really exciting game. I'm looking forward to this. Of course, like I say, I'm back in Real Madrid tonight. Of course, you always want to get knocked out by the eventual winners. That makes you feel a little bit better about being knocked out by them. So I'm back in Real Madrid. Hopefully they can do it. And of course, it would stop any of the English sides winning it. If there was to be an English side to win it and it ends up being an all-English final like it was last year, I'd be back in Liverpool. Sorry, Manchester City fans, but I'd be back in Liverpool. I would be back in Liverpool. Sam, you genius. What's the score going to be? Oh, I can only tell you when boring games are coming, Curved. I can only tell you when boring games are coming. But evening to you, Curved, and hopefully we get a bit more excitement than last night, because last night was a very, very boring game. Fortunately, that one fell for Josh. That one fell for Josh last night. My score prediction, I will tell you once we've had a look through the teams and I can have a proper glance and, you know, see what the lineups look like. That being said, let's jump into that right now. So we'll swap screens. As you can see, apologies that this is a little bit green because it's a bit later on at night. I don't think it makes too much of an effect. But, you know, it looks a little bit green. You can still see me and you can still hear me. So that's the important part. And you can see what's on the screen. Do let me know if that is an okay size for you. Let me check on my phone. Yeah, you can see them okay there. You can see them okay there. If you do need me to make it a little bit larger, I will try. Evening to Max as well. Don't talk to me about that. The ref was atrocious, says Oliver. Ref was atrocious, apparently, in last night's game. Ooh. I've not actually seen the highlights because I didn't think there would be a highlight reel, to be honest with you, looking at that score. But let's have a dive. Let's have a look at these teams for tonight, and they are on your screen, as you can see, with Ederson starting in goal for Manchester City. Surprisingly, Manchester City haven't gone with Zach Steffen after his previous performance in a semi-final. Cannot really blame them. Of course, tonight we are at the Etihad Stadium, so City are the home side. And then an interesting one is that City are playing Zinchenko and John Stones. So John Stones on that right-hand side, Zinchenko on the left, and Laporte and Ruben Diaz. The centre-half partnership, you could maybe say, is one of the better centre-half partnerships that Manchester City do have. But John Stones playing at right-back, how big could this be? John Stones, will he get isolated against Vinicius Junior? Will Real Madrid look to go down that left-hand side? Because look at that left-hand side. Ferland Mendy, David Alaba, Luka Modric and Vinicius Junior. I tell you what, I wouldn't want any of them running at me. Wouldn't want any of them. Evening, Ian. How are we doing, mate? I wouldn't want any of them running out at me, let alone if I'm out of position like John Stones is tonight. And I think this is we've got a video on Friday, not going to spoil it at all, but I do look at fullback for Manchester City in the one signing they should make this summer. So keep your eyes peeled for that and let us know your thoughts as well. As you can see, though, that is the defence. A little bit makeshift. No Cancelo, no Kyle Walker. Interesting. Can someone let me know? Are either of those two injured, or are they just sat on the bench for tonight? They must be injured. Cancelo is suspended and Walker is doubtful. So there you are. João Cancelo got suspended. Who did they play in the last round? Manchester City. I can't even remember. I cannot remember. Oh God, it's gone from my head. It just came to me. Atletico Madrid. Oh my gosh. They've got two Madrid teams in a row. Very similar path to the final for Real Madrid, for Manchester City. Oh my God. If Man City get to the final, sorry, I'm completely going weird here. But if they get to the final, they will have played a Portuguese side like Chelsea did last year. We played Porto. They'd have played both Madrid sides and then played an English side potentially in the final. City could have a pretty much a similar run to Chelsea than Chelsea did last season. Who knows, eh? Who knows? But that aside, they've got to beat what's in front of them, Real Madrid, and the rest of the team looks like Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva across that midfield, and then Phil Foden, Gabriel Jesus, who scored 4 at the weekend, retains his spot, and of course Riyad Mahrez off that right hand side. He's been heavily linked with moves to Barcelona and I believe PSG in the last few hours. So who knows? Riyad Mahrez might be on his way out of the Etihad. Let's have a look. Hate Calvin Phillips. He said Zaha dives too much when if Rafinha feels a touch, he goes down. I think they're both as bad as each other, to be honest with you. I think they're both as bad as each other. Yes, and it was Atleti. Man City should rump it up with all the talk of the final by the pundits. But let's see. We all know what happened with Leon when they got carried away. Exactly, Danny. Lovely to have you in. Exactly. Manchester City have form for it. They probably should have beaten Chelsea last season in the final. They were definitely the favourites going in there. So who knows? They need to perform tonight, and it's a big occasion for them. No one in this Manchester City side has ever won a Champions League, and maybe that's what Real Madrid have over them tonight. And as you can see, that Real Madrid side stacked with Champions League winners. And we'll go through the side. Thibaut Courtois, of course, in goal. Left back, Ferland Mendy. Centre halves, you've got Eder Militao and David Alaba with Dani Carvajal off that right-hand side. Then that midfield three, the two, of course, like we like to say, Rolls-Royce of midfielders in, it would really be a Rolls Royce if they had Marco Reus, but they don't. They have Toni Kroos instead, and Luka Modric, and then of course Federico Valverde as well. Federico Valverde playing in more of a typical position that he likes to play in. Against Chelsea, he seemed to be more on that right midfield side rather than right central midfield. It didn't affect it too much, but he could use a bit more of that pace. And then the three up front, again, two fantastic Brazilians and the man himself, Karim Benzema, who will be captaining the side for tonight. Ian says, Liverpool versus Real Madrid final, guys. Liverpool will win it, obviously, says Ian. I can see it being Liverpool, Real Madrid. But it's a big night for him. It is a big night for Manchester City. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff, guys. Get your score predictions in if you haven't already. Ian's going for a 2-2 draw. Of course, that wouldn't be as beneficial this season with no away goal. So it won't be quite as beneficial. Here are the benches. Absolutely stacked bench for Manchester City as always, but not quite as in depth when you look at that. Nathan Ake, Ilkay Gundogan, Fernandinho and Jack Grealish, and of course Raheem Sterling as well. It sounds stacked, but in comparison to years gone by, there's only 5 players there. I say only. There is only 5 sort of top-class players there when they used to have an absolute long list of them. And then we look over at Real Madrid, and as you can see, Lucas Vazquez, Marcelo, Nacho Fernandez, Dani Ceballos, I nearly said Carvajal again there, Isco, Eduard Camavinga, Casemiro, Marco Asensio, and of course Gareth Bale. And those are the teams for tonight. Let me know, do you think that with Vinicius on this left-hand side, do you think that they are going to try and isolate John Stones down that right-hand side? He's not a bad fullback. considering he is a centre-half. He's very, very able of getting the ball down. But I just don't think he's the most dynamic. And when you've got a player such as Vinicius Junior, who is so dynamic, so quick on his feet and able to turn around, I think today they could have been in need of Kyle Walker. Very strange as well. I don't know what his injury is at the moment. Can I click on him? Will it say what his injury is? Will it say what his injury is on here? I don't know what it is. But if that was me, I would be looking to minimum put him on the bench. But clearly, not fit enough. But let's go back to the regular screen and we'll get ourselves ready for this game as the teams are about to come out onto the pitch. Right, just give me 2 seconds. I need to test how loud this is going to be. That's very, very loud. We don't want that. We don't want Darren Fletcher ringing in our ears. Right, score predictions, ladies and gents. Curve said earlier, Sam, you genius, what's the score going to be? I am going with, admittedly, this week so far, I am 1 for 1, starting on Monday with last night's game. I'm sure that was a thrilling game for you to have gone and watched, Oliver, if you were there. But I'm going to go with 2-0 to Real Madrid. 2-0 to Real Madrid tonight. I think the occasion will get the better of Manchester City, and I think Vinicius Junior is going to have a good time down that left-hand side, and I think he's going to cause a few problems. I think he's really going to cause a few problems. But out come the players onto the pitch, and it should be a really exciting game. One of the best teams in Europe and Manchester City both taking on each other, and it should be really exciting. And I think as well, we could have a full Spanish final and we could have a full English final. So that is interesting in itself. We could have one, if results go one way, we could have both Spanish sides, both Reals, if you will, in the final. And if not, we could have Liverpool and Manchester City. This great rivalry that has started between the two sides, that could be being played again. We've had it in the FA Cup semi-final. We've had it just recently for the league. And then we could potentially have it for the Champions League final. A lot of football to be played until then. Liverpool have a job to do. And Manchester City, what a job they have to do tonight. It could be absolutely monumental for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City career. They've got to win this soon, surely. It's all well and good reaching these semi-finals, but if you don't win it, you might as well have not entered. Because, you don't get prizes for second place. Unfortunately, you get a crappy little medal. No one remembers it. Unless you go out in a blaze of glory like AC Milan did against Liverpool. No one remembers it. Or you come back the next season like Liverpool did with Real Madrid. No one remembers it. Scott Carson to come on and win it. That is a very good point. Scott Carson is the only Champions League winner in this Manchester City squad, and he won it with Liverpool back in 2005. Monumental. No chance of a Spanish final, says Oliver. Ooh, Oliver coming in with some big claims. I do apologise. I've got a bit of a raspy throat because I went out for a run earlier, and whenever I go for a run I get a bit clogged up. Unfortunately, it makes me want to cough, but hopefully that doesn't get too annoying. I do apologise. I will try and mute myself if I am going to have a coughing fit, if you will. Just looking at the graphics for the two sides, we will be slightly behind the time for kickoff, as always, with the way that Fire Sticks and the BT Sport apps work. They, for some reason, I've never understood this, but for some reason they put you a little bit behind. I'm assuming it's because it has to go through the internet rather than antenna. I don't know if that's a thing, but apparently so. At least in my head, it is anyway. Let's get the crowd sound on in the background. Let's get that all set up for us nice and quietly. Let's get that on in the background. Hopefully that isn't too annoying. Let us know if that is the right volume. And then we are nearly all ready for Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid, of course, got to this stage last season against an English side, like I was saying, that English side being Chelsea that time. And to be honest with you, last season Chelsea walked all over them. So Manchester City will be hoping to channel their inner Chelsea of last season at least and try and progress to the final. A really strange thing is that we've just got underway. There we are, I've missed the button. We've just got underway. The really weird thing is that Real Madrid have alternated to their dark blue kit, despite the fact that Man City are playing in a sky blue, and you think, oh, that's not that weird. But surely the colour contrast between sky blue and white isn't too much different between sky blue and dark blue. But it just must be the linings and stuff, the little orangey bits, which just take your eye away is probably the best way to say. Let's see who starts the quickest here. Let's see who starts the quickest. It looks like Luka Modric is playing a little bit more advanced already early on in this midfield three, with Toni Kroos dropping in, and then Valverde with that opportunity to move wide and spread the play in that sense. And I'm really looking forward to this. I must say, if you haven't got your score predictions in, do get them in nice and early on, as David Alaba finds the head of his own player there. That might fall for De Bruyne. This could be a last opportunity for Kevin De Bruyne. I'm sure he'll still be at the top of his game, but you've got to wonder how many opportunities Manchester City and Kevin De Bruyne can have, the bites at the cherry they can have before you start questioning the mentality of the side. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne turns 30 this year, or he's already turned 30. So very, very important for him that he doesn't miss up on another opportunity, the biggest cup in club football. Anyway, as Riyad Mahrez whips one in towards De Bruyne! Oh, he's gone and scored! Kevin De Bruyne scored already! He scored already! What a ball in! What a ball in! And a brilliant start for Manchester City! What a ball in from Riyad Mahrez! Real Madrid just switched off. Kevin De Bruyne allowed to walk in front of his man. The City fans did not celebrate for very long there. It just like panned to the stadium, and there's just a load of them like, there goes my score prediction. But what a good start that is for Manchester City. Just what they will have been hoping for. Just what they'll be hoping for. It was a great ball in. Some lovely play from Riyad Mahrez, a player who, like I say, rumoured to be leaving Manchester City at the end of the season. It was a delicious ball. And Kevin De Bruyne on his head puts it in, diving his header in. Poor defending from a combination there of Valverde, Carvajal and Eder Militao. I don't know who's supposed to be picking up Kevin De Bruyne there. Awful from Kevin De Bruyne, from Real Madrid. Sorry, not from Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, fantastic movement. He's sharp, he's alert, and a brilliant, brilliant finish from the Manchester City midfielder. One of the best in the world, and he's shown it there with a delicate header. And I tell you what, you don't see many of them from Kevin De Bruyne. Maybe this is his opportunity to step up. Like I was saying, he's got to start doing that. And it looks like he has done so far in this game. A big, big opportunity taken already. And that will have just shaken Real Madrid just a little bit. That will have just shaken them and made them aware of the talents of Manchester City, and that it's not going to be easy breezing. Maybe a few cobwebs there, maybe a few overconfident start to the game, that sort of thing, having scored a lot of goals against Chelsea. And Kevin De Bruyne doesn't look done here as he tries to stretch his legs past Eder Militao, eventually giving away a foul on Eder Militao. But a fantastic start for Manchester City. A little bit, it was weird when they panned to the stand though, and no one was celebrating. I did find that a little bit weird, but it was a lovely ball in from Riyad Mahrez. And the rest of the fans though, they look like they're in full voice. They do look like they're in full voice. Unless it was an old clip, that's all I can think of. That is all I can think of. But Real Madrid now have to be better. They have to be better. I mean, you can't get much worse than conceding inside 2 minutes. What was the actual goal time? It was 2 minutes, not 1 minute. My bad. Let's update that. 2 minutes. 2 minutes into the game, the perfect start for Manchester City, and it causes all kinds of problems for Real Madrid. The game plan goes out the window. If they were looking keep it tight, hold them at the back, that kind of thing, like Atletico Madrid look to do, then that's gone out the window. It's definitely gone out the window. You don't want to go 1-0 down against Manchester City at the Etihad. Not a lot of teams win here. Not a lot of teams win here, especially from behind. But if there is one team on this planet, or two teams on this planet, it looks like it will be the two teams that will face Manchester City on this road to the final, if they can get there, in Real Madrid and Liverpool. Both of those two sides could definitely do something. And Real Madrid, you know, they won't be too confident. Didn't realise they'd be too confident, but who knows. Wow, absolute magnificent limbs. Wow. Did you see that cutaway as well there, Oliver? It was really strange. Oh my God, City give the ball away on the edge of the box. Modric to Valverde. This could be it. Oh my gosh, Rodrigo. The tackle there from Zinchenko was vital. I think it was given away by Aymeric Laporte in his own box, and they worked it well there, but Kevin De Bruyne is trying to burst into some space as well, and he's rolled it through. Oh, Gabriel Jesus. He's just lost sight of the ball as he's tried to step over it, and it's hit his heel and pinged up behind him. It's very open, this game, as Vinicius Junior picks up the ball. Vinicius Junior is going to try and run out a combo of Bernardo Silva and John Stones, and that was good play there by Bernardo Silva, helping with his, well, out of position centre half who's playing at right back. But gaps being created for both sides, and maybe just a few mistakes slipping in for both teams. Maybe just the occasion in, you know, ringing in their ears, if you will, at the moment. Ringing in their ears. It's very, very fast-flowing football at the moment as Phil Foden picks up the ball in this left-hand channel. Goes back into Rodrigo. Here's Kevin De Bruyne again. City just trying to dictate the tempo, get themselves calm and relaxed following that mistake, because I tell you what, I was worried then when Karim Benzema dropped that ball into the feet of Rodrigo. Had it not been an excellent piece of defensive play from Zinchenko, I thought that would have been a goal. Rodrigo, man of his talent, you cannot let him have space in the 6-yard, even 18-yard box, and they've got away with one there, Manchester City, but they've just got themselves on the ball and just able to relax a little bit. Curve says good commentary, thank you, Curved, and Oliver says boring game. Oliver, is that becoming your thing, where it's just, you just put boring game all the time? Is that going to be your thing? Sam Forrest are winning and Bournemouth are losing. That's swings and roundabouts, that, isn't it? That is swings and roundabouts for Huddersfield. That is... I honestly, to this day, I don't understand that phrase, but I know how to use it. It's swings and roundabouts. It's one good thing and one bad thing. Oh my God, Swansea are 2-0 up. Sorry, this is more important than the Champions League. Swansea are 2-0 up against Bournemouth, which puts... Oh, it definitely puts... Oh my God, this definitely puts Bournemouth's position in second at risk. Ooh, it definitely does. It definitely does. Bournemouth still have to play, of course. They've still got Forest to play, and they've got Millwall in there as well, and Blackburn as well, who will be wanting to push for those playoff spots as well. So Bournemouth, who knows, they could be causing themselves a few problems. As we rewatch the goal there from Kevin De Bruyne, he's done so well to just wander in front of Danny Carvajal. Carvajal spots the danger a little bit too late. Maybe questions there, to be honest with you, of Thibaut Courtois, of his goalkeeping. But Kevin De Bruyne won't complain whatsoever. A lovely header and a good start for Pep Guardiola's side. Gabriel Jesus just looks like he's starting through the middle. He's usually, in the last season or so, played off that right-hand side for Manchester City, which is why a lot of people have been saying, oh, maybe they need a new striker, that kind of thing. But he looks like he's starting through the middle today, following those 4 goals at the weekend. And I mean, why not when you're in that good form? Here's Karim Benzema trying to make a little bit of space for Real Madrid. Tony Kroos pings one out wide there to Ferland Mendy. I nearly said Edouard Mendy there. That would be impressive if he was playing at left back. Ferland Mendy into Toni Kroos. They're going to need Toni Kroos and Luka Modric tonight just to calm down those nerves. Maybe a few of the younger, less experienced players in terms of the Champions League. There aren't too many in this Real Madrid side, but they need some of these more older players. The ones who are described as Rolls Royce of a player, they need those players to come up good for them tonight. But don't by any stretch of the imagination, if you sat there going, oh well, Manchester City, they've dictated possession in the opening 10 minutes or so, they're going to be the ones to push on and, you know, win this tie, win this leg. Don't think that at all, because we saw last time around, didn't we, that despite the fact Chelsea scored 3 goals against them, Real Madrid's mentality was absolutely fantastic to get themselves back in. As lovely bit of play off that left-hand side there by Phil Foden, as Kevin De Bruyne looks to whip one in. That might fall for... Oh, it's 2-0! It's fallen for Gabriel Jesus! And he gets himself on the phone! It was a lovely finish! And Manchester City are 2-0 up already! Who'd have thought? 2-0 already. There was absolutely a bit of fortune about the way it fell to Gabriel Jesus. It was a poor clearance, I think, from David Alaba in there, but it's fallen to Gabriel Jesus, and 10 minutes on the clock. Manchester City 2, Real Madrid 0. And now, like I say, we're going to have to see that guts. We're going to have to see that courage, because it could be a cricket score. It definitely could. It was good play down the left-hand side by Phil Foden, who got himself away from, I believe it was Eder Militao, who had gone over there to cover for Dani Carvajal. The cross from Kevin De Bruyne isn't the greatest, and somehow Gabriel Jesus manages to get the ball down. He slots it in that bottom right corner, and Manchester City find themselves 2-0 up, thanks to a lovely, lovely finish by Gabriel Jesus. And when you're in the form that man is in, don't let him anywhere near your goal. Don't let him anywhere near your goal at all. A lovely finish from Manchester City. And I tell you what, Real Madrid are going to be quaking in their boots. They are going to be quaking. Karim Benzema looks, and the best way to say this, pissed off. He looks very disappointed with the way that his team has started this game. It's a lovely finish from Gabriel Jesus to make it 2, and wow, I did not expect that. My 2-2 is still on, says Ian. I said 2-0, but I said to the wrong side, so Jesus, the Arsenal player, exactly. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, what a fast start Manchester City have made to this game. What a fast start. It wasn't even the best of balls from Kevin De Bruyne. I told you it'd be 2-0. Manchester City showing Chelsea what to do. I mean, you can say that, Fraser, but we were also 2-0 up at one point in the leg, so we were also 2-0 up, and Real Madrid, you know, managed to claw it back, so it's definitely not game over. Sam, you comment on a Tom saying he wants Sterling and Mahrez. Is that what he wants for Arsenal? He wants Arsenal to go for Sterling and Mahrez. That just isn't happening. Why would they go from a potential back-to-back Champions League finals, or at least back-to-back Champions League semi-finals, to Arsenal? That's not going to happen. They've got higher aspirations than that. They'll want to go to Spain or Germany or somewhere, just somewhere. But what a start this is for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne, like I say, that cross from Kevin De Bruyne wasn't the greatest, but it was whipped with some venom, and I think that's what caught Toni Kroos off guard, because he thought, oh, it's just going to sort of trundle its way, I think is the best way to say it, just sort of eventually just sort of bump into the box. Toni Kroos thought, I'll leave it, and Jesus has just put Alaba under a little bit of pressure. The ball's fallen, fortunately, and it's 2-0 like that. It's 2-0 like that, and you can't give those kind of players that kind of time. It's a really, really good finish from Gabriel Jesus as well in the box. Calm, he could have snatched at it. He could have definitely snatched at it. We've seen players snatch at it in that position, but he's kept his head nice and calm, composed, and placed it into that bottom corner. Lovely play from the Brazilian. And I focused at the beginning of the game on the other two Brazilians in the other dugout. And De Bruyne has found Gabriel Jesus again, and he's found his feet there, Gabriel Jesus, and he drops it into Rodri, who's going to roll it into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva's pass there, a little bit wayward for Kevin De Bruyne, but he's managed to retain the ball. Drops it into Rodri once again. Stones now. City just testing. It's going to be whipped in by Zinchenko. It's good pressure though in the end by I think that was Rodrigo up in that left hand side position. Good touch there from Phil Foden, and oh my gosh, Real Madrid need to sort themselves out there. It was a lovely clipped ball over the top, I think by Ruben Diaz, who spotted the run of Phil Foden. A great touch to bring it down initially. Sorry, it was Zinchenko, I believe. I can't tell if that's Zinchenko or Kevin De Bruyne from up here. It looks like Zinchenko. It's off that left foot, so I assume it's Zinchenko. It's a great touch from Phil Foden, and he's just put it across the box, and then there was like a lack of conversation between the Real Madrid defenders, and there just didn't seem to be any urgency in the box there as that fell for David Alaba, despite there being Gabriel Jesus and Riyad Mahrez both definitely looming large in the penalty box. But Real Madrid definitely need to up it. Definitely need to up it, and Thibaut Courtois is going to need some help, because the first goal, you can question his goalkeeping, but the second one, he's 8 yards out. He's 8 yards out. He's dived the wrong way. He's trying to guess where Jesus will finish it. That's all he can do. That is all he can do. And Gabriel Jesus has, snatched at it, put it in the back of the net. Good finish at the end of the day. But this has been an appalling start for Real Madrid so far. I'm seeing Chelsea won't care. They can jog on. It's always difficult with Chelsea, because that's the thing. If the progression's not there, you sell them, don't you? And unfortunately, it's just one of those players who the progression, unfortunately, because we had Malang Sarr and Trevor Chalobah, then Rudiger, Christensen and Azpilicueta and Thiago Silva. It's like there's no real progression there. You're going to have to fight for very few opportunities, and now he's a player who's done well because he's had the opportunity. So it's really difficult. Modric wins that back though, drops it into Benzema. Here is Vinicius Junior. Oh. He tried to cut back in on his right foot there. He's claiming a corner. I'm not sure if that was there. Chelsea do need another centre-half though. I think they're going for Koundé. To be honest with you, that's what I think they'll go for. They tried to get him last year, but we need more than one, which is the unfortunate thing. We can't just rely on Thiago Silva and Malang Sarr and Trevor Chalobah. Here comes the corner. It's taken short, and Carvajal, lad, Carvajal. He's played it short as Toni Kroos, and Carvajal's rolled it back to him, and Toni Kroos is offside. Basic stuff, lads. Basic stuff. Painful to watch, painful to watch. Carlo Ancelotti must be seething having seen that. So basic. Does he not know the offside rule? Unbelievable, unbelievable. And that's such a waste of a corner ball, especially when you're 2-0 down and you could do with a goal. The sooner they get the goal, of course, the better for them, the worse for Manchester City potentially. Phil Foden now picks up that ball in that channel. Oh, lovely feet there from Phil Foden, and he finds Bernardo Silva. Here's Kevin De Bruyne now. Can he see Riyad Mahrez? Mahrez is in loads of space if he can see him, and he's opted to play it safe rather than going for the Hollywood ball. If anyone's going to go for one of those, it has to be Kevin De Bruyne, but he's opted instead to play the ball round, and now Manchester City find Phil Foden. Here's Bernardo Silva once again. Evening, Max, how are we doing? You uploaded a new video, nice one. I'll check it out in a bit. Unbelievable, 2-0 already. I can't get my head around it. Cannot get my head around it. Phil Foden looks full of confidence as well. Trying tricks, lovely bits of play. He's trying a bit of everything, if I'm honest with you. A bit of everything at the moment. Foden. City just rebuilding here. Just taking their time. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us. Let's get ourselves up to that 15-like goal. That would be absolutely fantastic. Good flick there by Mahrez, who tries to find Jesus once again. Eder Militao. Oh, poor pass from Militao. And he might have just given away a corner. He has. He's given away a corner. Courtois tried to retrieve it. And Militao and this Real Madrid defence, they look like they've never played together before. You might as well pitch a load of SRL subscribers against Manchester City tonight, because I think we'd do a better job. Crazy score. It most certainly is, Max. It most certainly is. Real Madrid defensively looks so shaky in this opening 20 minutes. I can't believe it's only been 20 minutes of football as well. Imagine how long it feels for Carlo Ancelotti stood on that sideline. In comes the corner from Kevin De Bruyne. It's gone all the way over the top though to Phil Foden. Foden's going to strike one through a crowd of bodies there. It's deflected though off David Alaba. Pinged outside of the box. And goalkeeper will replace Courtois. Right, we're getting our team together. I'm 6'1", so I'll go centre half. Oliver and Curved, where are you two going? Oh, we're playing a 3 at the back. We're wing backs. Imagine going to City and playing 3 at the back. Classic Chelsea. Real Madrid looks so static. There's no movement here for Courtois. No movement whatsoever. No one even looking to move. Unbelievable. That's a brilliant ball up the field though towards Rodrigo, who's managed to find some space against Zinchenko. Brilliant tackle, Zinchenko. Lovely stuff there from the Ukrainian. The pass wasn't great though, but it's managed to squirm its way to Kevin De Bruyne. Now De Bruyne rolls it through, looking for Gabriel Jesus, but the ball's got to be better when you've got two sharp centre-backs like Eder Militao and David Alaba, who are quick. Ian's on the bench. I mean, we've got an extra spot. Ian. We've got plenty. We can play 5 at the back and we can squeeze you in, lad. We can squeeze you in. Oh, lovely flick there by Luka Modric, who manages to find Rodrigo on this right-hand side. Rodrigo up against Laporte, drops it back into Valverde. The opportunity might have just gone there for Real Madrid, who look to hit them on the counter, if you will. And Rodrigo's giving the ball away there. Let's up it then, Real Madrid. Let's see what you can do. I'm going to be so annoyed if Real Madrid put in a poor performance over these 2 legs against Manchester City like they have done so far. Because in that first, well, not even in the first leg, in that second leg against Chelsea, they just turned on the class when they needed it. Believe me, I'm better on the bench. Fair enough, Ian, you be tactical. Real Madrid there just tried to up the pressure with some nice passes, but intercepted by Manchester City. Toni Kroos drops one into Eder Militao. They just need to be more positive with this. Get some of these wide players running. Get some of them running wide. Modric finds its way to Mendy, back into Modric again. Eder Militao. Down the line there from Dani Carvajal, who was looking for Rodrigo. Ederson there, calm as you like, to pick out a pass to Bernardo Silva, and Bernardo Silva's got so much space in midfield. So much space. And here goes Zinchenko, I think that is. I honestly cannot tell you if it's De Bruyne or Zinchenko. The only way I can work it out is by if one of them's kicking it with their left foot. And if they both do it, then I really am screwed. John Stones has to come back again. Real Madrid just trying to set themselves up now. Valverde leading the press for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos is going to put the pressure on Rodri though, and that's a good ball to find Kevin De Bruyne from Rodri. Here is Riyad Mahrez, who of course created that first goal. Mahrez tries to find De Bruyne once again. Intercepted, but came back to Mahrez and has just slipped there at the vital opportunity. Just slipped there as he was trying to wander his way into the box. Just slipped at the vital moment. He'll be annoyed at that. Definitely will be annoyed. Ederson just being put under a little bit of pressure, and he's won it back there. Karim Benzema, is he offside? Oh my God, that might be an own goal. Oh, it's offside. Oh my gosh, that could have been the most extraordinary of own goals off Ruben Diaz. Karim Benzema won it back following a poor decision to pass there. I think Ederson's just got to hoof it. He plays Ruben Diaz into trouble. He is offside, Vinicius Junior, but it was almost the most extraordinary own goal we've ever seen. Almost the most extraordinary own goal. Thanks, Max. I'll follow you back on the SLL Sport channel, because that's the one that I use for that kind of thing. Oh my God, City might be in again here. Mahrez! Oh, I thought he'd scored. He let it roll onto his right foot and he's just sliced through it. Pep Guardiola's fuming. It's so easy for City to wander through. De Bruyne does well once again. It's a lovely ball by Bernardo Silva, and what is this defensive line from Real Madrid? And Mahrez there, he just lets it roll onto his right foot, and Pep Guardiola's absolutely fuming. I think it's a bit of a harder opportunity than he's giving him credit for, considering he likes playing his inverted wingers. That's when having your right-footed right wingers is very, very helpful, because if that rolls onto the foot of a right-footed winger, that would have been good. Sam told Tom Gabriel Jesus would be a good signing for Arsenal. He would be an incredible signing for Arsenal because he's too good for Arsenal. That's why. That being said, he'd suit the style of play. I think Patrick Schick would be better. I'm still sticking with that. Mahrez there gives away a foul on Ferland Mendy trying to do his press. De Bruyne might get himself in trouble here. Gobbing off at the referee. Any Manchester City player would be a good signing for Arsenal because they're too good for him. That's why. Even Scotty Carson. Kevin De Bruyne there having a word with the referee. Thought he was going to end up putting himself in the butt there for dissent. He looked very, very annoyed. Not sure why he was quite so elated. Luka Modric is nearly walking himself into trouble. Got to press Luka Modric a little bit harder though to get the ball back off him. Thibaut Courtois might play himself into trouble. Real Madrid, you are running this risky. And they gave the ball away and it's a City throw-in now inside the Real Madrid half. They're causing all kinds of problems for themselves here. They are definitely, and I like using this phrase, the catalyst for their own downfall. They are causing themselves too many problems here tonight. Already, it's... Well, you could tell by the first 20 minutes, couldn't you? You could tell by the first 20 minutes. Already causing themselves problems against Manchester City side who will make the most of any issues. Oh my God, that back pass to Ederson again. Ederson's so calm on the ball. I tell you what, he's more calm than I am, and I'm sat here and oh my God, John Stones has given the ball away to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior, it's the wrong decision. Just toe poke it towards goal. He's tried to find Benzema. Sam, just an idea, instead of having a generic stadium background, you could put the Etihad or wherever you're streaming is. I could, but I don't know if there's any problems with like rights to the video. Oh my God, City might be in again. What a ball that is from De Bruyne. Here's Phil Foden! Oh, he's put it wide! So close from Phil Foden. So close from Phil Foden there. He's put it wide. Me and Pep just both had our hands in our head in our hands then. It's so close. It's a lovely play again from City. A good touch from Jesus, who'd moved out to that right hand side. De Bruyne with the first time pass. And Foden just wide. I've got the feeling that Manchester City are going to rue missing some of these opportunities. It's so close from Phil Foden. But I have a feeling they're going to do it. I have a feeling that they're going to rue these opportunities come that second leg at the Bernabeu Stadium. They've got to do more with it. They've got to find the back of the net, or at least minimum test Thibaut Courtois there, because he's pulled it wide. Here goes Karim Benzema. Benzema drifts into space. He's going to try and get a shot off, is he? He's got himself a corner instead. They need to do a bit better with this one. Perfect timing, perfect timing. Benzema's going to whip one in towards that box. Oh my gosh, so close. David Alaba, he gets his head into the box, and it was a glancing header as he ran in there from David Alaba, and he's flicked it, and it's so close. It's a lovely header. He's beaten Ruben Diaz to the header. Oh, so close from a Real Madrid perspective. This is what I mean. They cannot do this. They cannot let them have so many opportunities. Manchester City, they can't let them have them. And if they do, they've got to keep scoring these. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I just go with copyright stadium. I don't know how it works because someone always owns the rights to the photo. I just prefer not to. And with this as well, you can't even tell what it, if there is a stadium or anything like that. Good feed by Mahrez there into Bernardo Silva. I'm trying to get myself a setup like Josh. Oh my gosh. Zinchenko just wide there from him. City not being afraid to shoot. Yeah, I'm going to try and get myself like a proper studio setup type thing. But I need to try and design it. And unfortunately, I don't have those capabilities at the moment anyway. Because most of the stuff I do, I teach myself how to do it. I don't go externally. That being said, I'm going to get myself a logo done, which I'm going to get one of my friends to do. He's kindly offered to do that. Oh, relax. Edison's got the ball. City lead at least. Need at least 3 goals. Need at least 3 goals to take to Madrid. Definitely. Even 3 goals, I think obviously, Real Madrid can still claw back 3. They can still do it. Real Madrid on their night, they can, take on anyone. They can take on the world. Real Madrid. That's why they're the most prolific in this tournament. And they've been one of the most prolific as well in the last decade, of course. Your dad's a graphic designer. That's pretty cool. I'd love to advance my skills in that department. Back to Edison once again. Oh my gosh. Edison leaves it so last second to clear the ball. Vinicius Junior there was so close to getting a touch on the ball, and I tell you what, if Vinicius Junior gets a touch on the ball there, it's in the back of the net. Modric might be able to retain that. He's done well there, Modric. And finds Ferland Mendy. Mendy whips it in towards Benzema. There it is, 2-1. Lovely finish. Cannot give him that kind of room. You've got to take your opportunities, Manchester City. Lovely finish. Real Madrid 2. Real Madrid 1 even. Manchester City 2. A lovely finish there from Karim Benzema, who just snuck his way in. He just snuck his way in. Unfortunately, the calmness of Manchester City's defence doesn't stretch past Edison because they're giving the ball away very easily. Modric does well to win it back, and then it's a delicious ball from Ferland Mendy. And the finish from Benzema, he just hits it into the ground. It goes through the legs of Zinchenko. He's unsighted Edison as it comes through. It's a late reaction, and it's straight into off the post and in. Couldn't put it better if he tried there, Karim Benzema. And here we are, ladies and gents. Game on. And Ian, your 2-2 might be on at this rate. Although, that being said, Gabriel Jesus nearly ran his way through on goal there instantly. But Ian's 2-2 looking pretty accurate at the moment. Comeback zone, it most certainly is. That's what I mean. Real Madrid, never count them out. Because we could go in at half-time at 2-2. And Rodrigo's just picked up the ball there. Here's Vinicius now. Vinicius tries to find Benzema. It's come back to him though. Vinicius Junior into Valverde, who's going to find Mendy. Here is Rodrigo. That front three just being a little bit more dynamic, causing a few problems. That's where the problem came from, was Benzema, who had moved on to Zinchenko. And he just didn't quite mark him properly. 2-2 is looking good. It most certainly is. Curve says, take that, City. And Oliver said, comebacks on. And Max says, where is Curly with his 4-4? I tell you what, Curly, hold that thought. Good save there from Edison, from Rodrigo. Curly is in, I think he's in Northumberland or something. He's gone on holiday. He's gone camping by himself. It is his birthday this week. 22 on the 30th. We've got a stream on that date. We'll make sure we get him in. Oh, Manchester City are going to make a change. Wow. Manchester City are going to make a change. We're going to have a corner first, though. It's whipped in and onto the head of Eder Militao and over. There's going to be a change, and I think I saw it was John Stones' number. It is John Stones. John Stones is going to be making way here. 35 minutes in to a Champions League semi-final. And Fernandinho is going to be coming on. Wow. Pep Guardiola doesn't like what he was seeing. Does not like what he was seeing. Very, very strange that. Fernandinho gets his captain's armband. Fernandinho looks like he might play it right back here. He might play it right back, you know. That is a very strange substitution. And I said it at the beginning, didn't I? Not like, you know, just because I'm a genius or anything. But I said it at the beginning that Manchester City looked like they could be exploited down that right-hand side. And maybe Pep Guardiola's finally, you know, caught onto the fact I said it right at the beginning. Caught onto the fact, and he looks like he's brought on. Fernandinho. I don't know. It's such a weird player to bring on, though. I guess he's the most defensive-minded player, though, to bring on. I just don't know where Fernandinho is going to be playing in this game. He doesn't have the legs for right back. Definitely not. John Stones I'd fancy more at right back. Unless they're shifting to more of a 3 at the back. But even then, you'd like to think that you're going to keep John Stones on there. It's from Fernandinho's first touch. And oh my God, he's absolutely sent Vinicius Jr. there. And he's pinged the ball there to Gabriel Jesus as well. One Brazilian sits down one and then pings a pass. A delightful pass to the other. Here's Mahrez into Rodri. I keep wanting to call him Rodrigo. I know that's his full name, but his name is Rodri, so get it in your head. Let's see if... I think it's a 4 at the back with Fernandinho at right back. It looks like it anyway. Alright, no worries, Max. De Bruyne's going to whip one in. He's fallen at that back post there to Riyad Mahrez, and Mahrez has acres of space, but the referee's given a foul there on one of the Real Madrid centre-halves. I'm not sure Gabriel Jesus even know what he did there. That was such a good ball in from Ferland Mendy. And Benzema makes a good connection with it, diverts it goalwards. You know, you put that on the post, posting in, and of course it's going to happen. Of course it's going to happen with Karim Benzema. I think Gabriel Jesus' face there, oh God, sums it up. Classic Tom, that, to be honest with you. Classic Tom it is. Fernandinho in that right back role at the moment. Very, very strange. Have we seen Fernandinho play at right back before? Oh my God, what a run this is from Aymeric Laporte. Yeah, Fernandinho's definitely in the right back position as he goes and underlaps Riyad Mahrez. Maybe it's just that experience, that leadership that maybe Pep thinks that they were missing. And so, if you're going to play someone out of position, play your captain out of position. Maybe that's the logic behind it. As Zinchenko tries to whip in another ball. Foden, lovely ball down the line though, but that's well read by Valverde to stop it from going back to Zinchenko. That's my only thought. Surely it has to be he's brought him on for the leadership to get your captain on the pitch and get that leader on the pitch. Seems like a very, very strange tactic from him. Because even if you're going to change it, you know, why don't you just move Zinchenko to a left wing back role, and then, I don't know, play 3 at the back and play Mahrez as Ziyech sometimes plays for Chelsea. That's all I can think of. But a very, very strange substitution to take off a centre-half who has played right back for you quite a bit this season, 4 or 5 times, and then bring on your captain. It must be an experience thing. It must be an experience thing that Pep Guardiola wants to get behind. Wants to get behind Manchester City tonight to try and stop the momentum shift, which has, well, quite obviously happened. It's going to be a free kick to Manchester City, whipped in by Riyad Mahrez, punched clear though by Thibaut Courtois, only as far as Bernardo Silva, who finds Foden, back to Silva again, who tries to cross one in. It's intercepted in red though by Toni Kroos, and goes all the way back to Ederson. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you are watching and you haven't smashed that like button for us, it'd be absolutely fantastic if you could go drop a like for us. I would greatly appreciate it. We're on our way to 15 likes on the stream, so if you could do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. As Jesus has a nice little bit of play there to drop his shoulder to get away from Rodrigo. City just calming themselves down once again, following that frantic few minutes when Real Madrid scored. Fernandinho there, he's got his passing boots on. Pep is overthinking it again, says Ian. It could well be. I think he's trying to play safe, you know. I think he's trying to play safe. I think he'd prefer to get himself in at half-time and have a full conversation with the boys at 1-1, and maybe he didn't 2-1, sorry, and maybe didn't see that John Stones, having him there, would have been sufficient. Come on, Real, says Lewis. Evening, Lewis. How we doing, lad? Yes, come on, Real Madrid. We've already got one back. They need another. I cannot believe he's taken off John Stones. I am I don't think I've said it. I don't even think I've mentioned it. I cannot believe that. He's taken off John Stones for Fernandinho to play at right back. Unbelievable. But Fernandinho does look comfortable at the moment. It would just not seem... If Vinicius Jr. can isolate him down that right-hand side, that's when the problem's going to arise for Manchester City. But that being said, Zinchenko is flying up the field here. And he rolls one into De Bruyne, who finds Mahrez, who's in the box. He's going to clip one in there, looking for the head of Bernardo Silva. Forgetting clearly that Bernardo Silva's 5'7". That's a good ball again from Zinchenko, who's having a good game, into the feet of Gabriel Jesus, and who might be able to find a pass here, and he's gone out for a corner. Lovely play. I can't believe how. I mean, I think he's just playing up for the fact that a lot of you guys have your Scottish team as Rangers, so he just supports the opposite just to try and round you guys up. I think that's what Real Tom's doing. So, you know, I'm pretty certain he will know that they're fake players. I'm pretty certain he will know that they are fake players. It's just the kind of lad that Real Tom is. Just the kind of lad. Let me angle that down, and then I can relax. Ederson there. Good touch by Fernandinho. He doesn't look out of place. He doesn't look out of place though. That's the thing. Obviously, with a professional like Fernandinho, you expect that. But maybe there's a bit of a solution there before João Cancelo comes back. Does anyone know, is João Cancelo suspended like a red card suspension, so he'd be out for the next game and the final, or is it just like a yellow card accumulation? Or a yellow card suspension, because that's only one game, isn't it? Because they will definitely need him in the second leg, especially if the score stays the way it is. A 1-goal lead going to the Bernabeu is well, very, very fragile, is the best way to say that. Very, very fragile, as Gabriel Jesus there is just tripped. Having a good game though, Gabriel Jesus, following those 4 goals at the weekend. Toni Kroos there just got a little bit too close, committed a foul, just tapped the ankles of the Brazilian. This is actually a really good opportunity here for Manchester City, especially when you've got Kevin De Bruyne over a free kick, 28 metres out. Zinchenko and Kevin De Bruyne over this free kick. So Kevin De Bruyne times 2 over the free kick. Looks like it's going to be Chris MD's cousin to take this one. Kevin De Bruyne. Let's see. Straight into the wall there. And out for a throw-in. Let's find out about Kyle Walker. It only said he was doubtful earlier. Only said he was doubtful. Swansea still... Oh my God. Swansea still 2-0 up as well against Bournemouth. And Nottingham Forest still beating Fulham. Fulham could win the league tonight as well. Fulham definitely could. Let's have a look. Kyle Walker. Let's see how long he's out for. April 13th is when it said. Early May 2020. He sprained his ankle. So it'll only be a couple of weeks. Oh my God, Fernandinho's won that back really high and he rolls in Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez, can he put the right ball in? No, he can't. Danny Carvajal somehow clears that one. Ball's still bouncing in the box though. Why was Eder Militao there, like up front? And he's somehow, nearly with a ridiculous outside of the boot pass, has nearly found Rodrigo there. But we've got a minute until half time. Well, a minute of added time at the end of this half. You mean Ollie De Bruyne? Yeah, that's what I was meaning. I couldn't remember his name. 2 De Bruynes on a free kick. That's a bit unfair. Exactly. It's a shame they don't have Chris MD's cousin there as well to take one. But that is half-time, ladies and gents. That is half-time in what has been a very, very exciting first half of football. Unbelievable. I did not expect that. I don't think you guys did either. Maybe Ian. Ian definitely looks like he might have suspected that. But, man. What a scintillating first half that was. What a scintillating game. Well, first half that was as well. Halftime game, please. Does anyone know what the website was that Josh used for Guess the Player? Because we'll do that. We will do that. We'll sit and chill out. I'll get some people. Thanks. Thank you, Max. Hey, Sam. Sorry I'm late. Was very engaged in the game. That's no worries, Wiki. It's been a good first half of football, hasn't it? I cannot blame you there. I cannot blame you whatsoever. It's definitely one of the better games that I've watched, and from a neutral perspective as well. How good has that been? How good has that been? It's been absolutely fantastic from day dot, really. From day dot, straight from the beginning, fast firing, looking like they both wanted to at least attack anyway. I'm just trying to get a website to work here, but my laptop is being incredibly slow. What a first half that was, ladies and gents. What a first half. City should have been out of sight. You're absolutely spot on. You are absolutely spot on. I said that when I think it was Phil Foden ran through, missed that opportunity. And they've had some really, really good opportunities to try and you know, extend their lead. And Pep Guardiola was absolutely fuming, and rightly so, because City just looked like they weren't going to do anything. Right, let's have a look. Is my thing going to load? It's been so slow tonight. I don't know if it's the website. It must be the website. But let's swap over to the screens. We'll try to guess the player. We're on the same website Josh was on, but it's just taking forever, man. Literally taking forever. World class. Here we go, ladies and gents. Guess the player then. Okay, Max, thank you. Had a feeling that they might score a few early on, but they need to take advantage on Carvajal struggling. They most certainly do. And Madrid need to, keep taking advantage of that left-hand side. I think they're going to get a lot of joy down there, especially now with Fernandinho on. If they can isolate him, it'll be very, very easy for them. But here is the guess the player. Can I zoom in any further here, just to make it a bit more readable for you guys? Oh, perfect. Perfecto. So, guess the player. I guess I've got to do this as well, haven't I? Guess the player. Oh, this is a hard one. Arsenal 2000 and what is this? The senior career is Arsenal from 2008 to 2018. He's played at Bolton on loan. He's played then for Bournemouth on loan, then went to West Ham, then went to Bournemouth. I think I know who this is, but let me know. Who do you think it is, guys? Who do you think it is? Let me know in the chat who you think this player is. I think I know who it is. I'm just trying to think if that's enough letters. Zoom in a bit more. I don't think I can zoom in any more than that. That's quite zoomed in. I don't think I can. Oh, that's one more. It cuts off some of the bottom. 175%. Let's have a look what you said. Even Mount was cooking Danny on that left-hand side. And we know what I think of mediocre Mays. Wow. Wow. Use my Thogden skills. We'll have a read through. Let's see if you can get it, guys. Let's see if you can get it. Wiki's gone, we're pretty sure that's Jack Wilshere. Max has gone Jack Wilshere as well. I think you've got that right there, the two of you. I think it is Jack Wilshere. I think it is because... oh, bloody hell. How do you spell it? That? Oh, no, that's a... There we are. It is Jack Wilshere. What a player he was on his day. What a player he was on his day. Shame we didn't see it long enough. You can't see it. How can't you see it, Fraser? How can't you see it? Just rotate your phone. Just rotate your phone. Next one. Ooh. Ooh. Huddersfield Town to Chelsea. What? Oh, I know who it is. I think I know who it is. Do I? Huddersfield Town to Chelsea. What? I think I know who it is. Yeah, it must be. It's got to be. I've got it, guys. I've got it. Got it in one, says Wiki. I still can't see. It's 175. If I zoom in any more, Fraser, it doesn't come up. It cuts off the bottom. Put your glasses on, Fraser. Put your glasses on. Blow my neck, lads. Blow my neck. Do we know who it is? A player who started their career at Norwich City, then played for West Ham United between 2006 and 2012. Between 2012 and 2000, and cut the bottom off. It does though. It already does. It cuts off the where the England B would be. It cuts that off. So I can't do it. I can't do it any further. I can read it on my phone, and it's very readable. So. I'm not sure. I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. I need a telescope, not my glasses to see. How can you not see it, lads? How can I can see it on my phone here. Look, I can see it here. It's perfect. God, you guys need your eyes testing, lads. Get your eyes tested, lads. Can you see that? Look, it cuts it off. I can't do it any further. I don't know what else you want me to do. I cannot do it any further. That's about as close as I can get, and that's what it was on. I cannot get it in any further than that, otherwise it cuts stuff off, lads. You're gonna have to just man up and take one with that one. That's better. Scroll down. Sam, put your phone back on the stream. It's like an old mirror. I'm on an old iPhone. Move it back. Sam, who is it? Do you want me to tell you who it is? It's Robert Green. It's Rob Green. Oh, if I can spell. There you are. That's who it is. Moved from Huddersfield to Chelsea, of course, because he won the Europa League with Chelsea. So that's who it is. That's who it is. Rob Green. Good stuff. Right, let's move on to the next one. See, this is what I mean. Now it cuts stuff out. But let's have a look. This is a weird career. Jesus, man. Look at this career. What is this? Marley. Played for Liverpool between... Oh, no way do I know this. I can't think of how you spell his name, but I might know who this is. Played for Liverpool between 2005 and 2008. Then 2008 to 2011 was at Juventus. There's not anything else I can do, lads. There's not anything I can do. Rob Green forgot he was at Chelsea. I know. I'm not zooming in any further. It's perfectly fine. Then 2011 to 2013 is Paris Saint-Germain. Then he went to Fiorentina on loan. I don't know if that is the Italian Fiorentina. It looks like it. Then Levante. Then went to China. Oh, I don't know if I know who this is. He's been everywhere, hasn't he? He's Malian. Let's see. Hang on. Let me type in who I think it is. I don't know if it counts. No. Who is it? 2005 to 2008 at Liverpool. Came from Valencia. Is there any Australian teams in there? No, it can't be Luis Garcia. Your dad says Sissoko. Which Sissoko? Can't be Sissoko. Who is that? A Malian footballer to have played. Is it Jimmy Traore? Is it... How do you spell his last name? Nah, it can't be. Jimmy Traore. How many letters is that? That's 7. It can't be Jimmy Traore. Oh, I cannot use the clue. Where's the clue? Is this the clue? The Joker? Cisse. It can't be. There's too many letters at the bottom here for... Thingy Cisse. I can't remember his first name now. Jibril Cisse. It can't be Traore. What is this? I was thinking Cinema Pongal. But again, that's 6 letters if it was Pongal. Oliver says he's got it. Who do you think it is then, Oliver? Go on, spill the beans. It is a football. Right, okay, thank you, Oliver. Let's go Joker. What do we want? First name or a letter? First name or a letter, ladies and gents? What do we want? First name or a letter? I think I'll get it instantly off first name. I have quite a good, because my brother is a Liverpool fan, I have quite a good knowledge of 2005 to 2008 Liverpool. Let's think about that team. It'll have been the team that got to the final of course, the 2005 one. Steve Finnan? No. Harman's too old for that. Schmeiser? Vladimir Schmeiser? Maybe. Mohamed Sissoko, my dad says. Sissoko. Sissoko. We'll go for it. Oh my gosh. Mohamed Sissoko. Oh, I totally forgot he existed. What a guess. Fraser's dad is on fire. What a guess that is. I totally forgot about Mohamed Sissoko. What a shout. That is a brilliant shout from Fraser's dad. Right, on to the next one. I totally forgot he even existed. I was desperate to get that one. Right, so next up we've got Sion to Manchester City before they were overtaken. Then back to St Etienne. Then went to Leicester, Girona and Udinese on loan. Sporting Lisbon is a Swiss player who never played... I can't tell. Hang on, I'm going to have to zoom out, see if that says... Hang on. Oh, he has played for the national side. See, this is the problem. When I zoom in, I can't now see if they've played for the national side. So it's flawed. Oliver, stop saying that, lad. Stop saying that. You can't see it all. So you can't zoom in any further. I can't scroll any further. Look, here's me shaking the screen. It's the furthest it goes down. So I have to zoom out to see stuff. Eintracht Frankfurt. What? I think I know who it is, but I can't think of who it is. Are you mad? Why are you zooming out? I'm zooming out, Oliver, to see if he played for the international side, because if I zoom in, you cannot see that he's played 61 times for his national team, which is quite an important thing. So he's a Swiss international who played at Manchester City in 2007, most recently played at Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga in 2020, and has played for Rennes. Oliver, you clearly must not be listening to the chat, because if you were listening to the chat, then you'd understand why I'm doing it. It's a little bit annoying, if I'm honest with you, mate. And then how many appearances for Switzerland is 67 appearances with 2 goals. So to me, that's a defender. 67 appearances with 2 goals has to be a defender looking at those stats, or a defensive midfielder, max. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to put the hammer on you in a sec, Oliver. I'm going to put a hammer on you in a sec. Oh gosh. I don't. Let's go for a thing. Picture, I don't think it's going to help. We'll go first name. Gelson? Nah, I don't know that. I have no clue. Gelson. Gelson. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. What? Gelson Fernandes? Yes. The Portuguese central midfielder who now plays. I have no clue. I'm going to press solve. Are we all happy for me to press solve on this one? I think try Fernandes. I mean, I might as well. Gelson Fernandes. Who is Gelson Fernandes? Who are you? Who are you? Gelson Fernandes. I have never heard of you in my life. Ironic that it's a former City player. He's a midfielder. I have never heard of him in my life. Let's see him at Man City. Oh, this is mental. Man City. That's so random. I thought it was on about Gedson. I spelled it wrong. What? I do not remember him for the life of me. I didn't know Manchester City existed before 2008. But there we are. That was a mental guess. Right. Okay. Am I okay to skip this one? I think we are. I think I can hear Darren Fletcher talking as well. So I think that's going to be the end of the halftime game, ladies and gents. And that's a pretty good place to end it with Southend, Chelsea, Southend, Bedford. Not a clue. Not a clue, lads. Not a clue. Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's leave this site. Absolutely. And we're back underway for the second half. I've just realised I've not even turned the timer off on this screen. So we're going to have to get this all up to date for the second half. Let's have a look. Let's get this all set up. Can I get to 30 before it gets to 30 on the screen? No, apparently not. It's going to screw me over, innit? No! I need to catch up. Start. Oh, I'm a few seconds behind. Right, let's update all of this good stuff. There we are. Hopefully you enjoyed the halftime game. If you weren't whinging like Oliver, then hopefully we have enjoyed it. Let's see what's going to happen in the second half then. Sam, once you annoyed me with your zooming out, I clocked it. What do you mean? The reason I zoomed out, Oliver, was because you couldn't see who was if he was an international, if he was a full international. That was the problem. I couldn't see who it was. I couldn't scroll any further, which is why I was zooming out to see how many games he played for the internationals. I can't even remember him. I'm going to have to Google his FIFA card to see if that helps me. Because I must know who he is, surely. Gelson Fernandez, so FIFA. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this man. Let's have a look at his FIFA card. No, I could only see it on my phone because my phone was on the stream. Oh my God, City are through already. Riyad Mahrez bearing down on the goal. Mahrez off the post! Oh my God, how has Foden missed that? It's great defensive play by Carvajal. On the rebound, it was an empty net. Other than Carvajal, who was stood in the way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gelson Fernandez. I don't even remember him, you know. I do not remember him whatsoever. I'm trying to work out if I could remember him. Yeah, the only reason I could see the full screen was I was looking on my phone, so like I wouldn't be able to see it because it was just mirroring what's on my YouTube channel. It wasn't like it was the actual quiz. It was just the YouTube channel, the YouTube video, because I've got it up to make sure everything is working. But City there, oh my God, nearly found themselves 3-1 up already. We haven't all got flash phones, believe me. Believe me, I haven't either. Mine's got cracks and stuff on it. One of my favourite purchases that I have made. Oh my gosh, City are just have come out looking like they want to fire in this second half. Oh, that was such a good touch by Riyad Mahrez to get himself away from Eder Militao, and then he found the post, and then Foden desperately unlucky. Brilliant defensive play from Dani Carvajal. Desperate. You got what, an iPhone 11, Sam? Yeah, but I've paid for it. It's not like I've been given it. I've had to earn my own money to get it, so it's just one of those things, isn't it? I probably don't live in as nice a place as some people do, and so I've spent my money on a phone, which I don't complain, so. Here's Fernandinho in that right back slot, who finds Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne rolled over. Ian, I'm bottom of the pass me downs. My dad's exactly like that. I think my dad's got himself. He's got an iPhone 7, but he doesn't have my. He was on one of our old iPhone 7s at one point, which I'd bought. But my dad's just not bothered because he didn't use his phone for really the social media side of stuff. He barely uses Facebook, let alone anything else. So I'm sure he'll be listening. I'm sure he'll be listening now, but he just doesn't really do it, to be honest with you. So it does his needs. Whereas I use mine like a bit of a mini tablet, if you will. And of course, I posting onto social medias and stuff like that. You need to be able to edit to some degree on your phone. So for me, whilst it seems like a lot for a purchase, that's a good ball there for Foden to find Zinchenko. Zinchenko's flying up this left-hand side. So whilst it seems like quite a lot, you know, for me, it's more of an investment than anything else because I can create content, I can do whatever, and of course film good stuff on it as well, so it all sort of moulds into one, and you know, obviously it's each to their own. You can buy whatever phone you want, but that's the reason though. It was because it was on my YouTube, so if my YouTube wasn't showing it, I couldn't see the Swiss defender, and obviously I didn't even know who Gelson Fernandez was, so I wouldn't be able to find out how many times he played anyway. For the internationals. I cannot believe I cannot remember him. I even looked at his FIFA card thinking, oh, that'll help me. Did not help me one bit with that one. Did not help me one bit with that one. Here's Rodri. Into Fernandinho. Fernandinho finds Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez is going to dash his way through. Rolls it instead to Zinchenko there. I thought he was going to fire one. No, I don't have Facebook, etc. and all that. Yeah, that's fair enough. My dad very much doesn't use social media as much as as much as a lot of people of our generation do. Here's Bernardo Silva now, picks up the ball in a little bit of space, drops it into... Ooh, he's just skipped himself away there. Is Mahrez leaving, Sam? That is the rumour, isn't it, Curved? He's been linked today with PSG and Barcelona. Obviously, PSG seems a little bit mental. For him to go to PSG when they've got Di Maria, Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. Well, obviously they won't. He'll be at Real Madrid. Oh my God, what a ball that is. Fernandinho down that right-hand side. Might be able to whip one into Foden! Oh my gosh, it's 3-1! What a run that is from Fernandinho! I tell you what, João Cancelo, you might have a problem for your spot here if he's going to whip in crosses like that. And Phil Foden has scored a header! What an header! Oh my gosh, Phil Foden scores a header. We've seen it all, ladies and gents. We have seen it all. Manchester City 3, Real Madrid 1. Manchester City 3, Real Madrid 1. Unbelievable, ladies and gents. Unbelievable. What a ball that is from Fernandinho. What a ball in. He's just put it in the danger zone. Dani Carvajal, I think Wiki mentioned it at half-time. Dani Carvajal in no man's land as that one whips in over the top. He should be marking Foden. Foden shouldn't have a free header there. Definitely doesn't have a free header there. Definitely doesn't have a free header. And it's found its way in. Jeez. Oh, Real not winning tonight. Don't count them out. 53 minutes was Phil Foden's goal. The official goal time, 53 minutes for Phil Foden as he's headed that one in. Look at how easily and quick City move that ball and keep pressure on Madrid. This is why Chelsea struggled, absolutely. They're so fast flowing, aren't they, Manchester City there? Like, you look at that ball in from Fernandinho. What a ball that is from Fernandinho. What a ball that is. Pep Guardiola, I don't know how he's just got himself in the book when City are 3-1 up. You'd think he'd be quiet of all times then. But Pep's in the book. Oh my God, I just popped my shoulder. Ow. I needed to stretch it, but I didn't need it to pop. Ow! I'm still rattled by that Gelson Fernandez thing. That is mental. I just cannot remember it whatsoever. I guess there is a lot of footballers for me to try and remember, and a mediocre footballer for the Swiss national team and a consistent performer. Oh my God. Vinicius Junior might be in. Vinicius Junior buried into the bottom corner. Hello, 3-2. Vinicius Junior picks up the ball at the halfway line, and I was just staying quiet. And he just runs and runs and runs and runs and puts it in the bottom corner. It's 3-2. Holy. And, well, that's come from Fernandinho's side, that, hasn't it? Let's see, what did Fernandinho do here? Oh, he got absolutely rolled by Vinicius Junior. Absolutely rolled from hero to zero there, Fernandinho. And, oh, that's filthy. Vinicius Junior turns Fernandinho in and out without touching the ball. A filthy finish from Vinicius. Oh my gosh, what a finish from Vinicius Junior, and it's game on again. Game on once again. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, was that a solo goal? It definitely was. It was rolled in from Mendy at the halfway line. And, sorry, I'm just trying to update the score here. I can't find it. There we are. And he just steps over the ball. And as he steps over the ball, he just lets it run through him. But Fernandinho's expecting him to get a touch on it. And as he does that, Vinicius Junior just lets it roll through his legs. It then subsequently rolls through Fernandinho's legs, and Fernandinho's never catching him there. No one's ever catching him there. Bears down on the goal, puts it in the bottom corner. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Behind the thuggery, Fernandinho is actually a good footballer. I mean, he got exposed there, didn't he? I think that was his pace and lack of knowledge as a right back. really being exposed there. Just keep your legs shut at all costs as Danny Carvajal whips one in. Oh my gosh, Eder Militao had made a run into the box, and that one's headed into the hands safely that time of Ederson. Oh my gosh, Madrid look like they won this. Evening, Stacey, how are you doing? He probably had a nickname we all use, Sam. Who are you on about, Ian? Sorry. Was that a solo goal? Yes, it was. City can easily score more, don't get me wrong. Madrid can score these individual brilliances. Brilliant goals, sorry, but it can only get you so far. Both Madrid goals really come out of nothing. Yeah, absolutely. I retract my statement as well. Man, what a match for the Brazilians. On fire. I mean, some of them are, but Fernandinho there, that defensive play definitely wasn't on fire there, skunky lad. Definitely wasn't on fire there. Lovely to have you in. Lovely to have you in the chat. Do let us know what you've thought so far. But yeah, for the most part, a lovely ball from Fernandinho, a good finish from Gabriel Jesus, and a great finish from Vinicius Jr. and a brilliant solo goal. So yeah, the Brazilians having a mixed bag of a game there. But Fernandinho, for me, like, I think if that's Kyle Walker, then number one, Kyle Walker can probably catch up Vinicius Jr. in that position, as Vinicius Jr. has picked up the ball again here, and he's going to try run at Riyad Mahrez now. He's dropped it back to Benzema. I would be worried every time if I was a Manchester City fan that Vinicius Jr. gets on that ball and he's taken the touch and he's gone round Vinicius. Oh, has he taken that out of play there, Vinicius? He's done well to keep hold of the ball. Has he got himself a foul? No, he hasn't. He hasn't that time. Yeah, I forgot about Fernandinho. Yeah, he definitely forgot about Fernandinho on that one. Unbelievable couple of minutes there for Fernandinho. Foden's done well to pick that one up. I can't believe we've seen Phil Foden score a header as well, if I'm honest with you. Curve says hit that like button. Absolutely, guys. If you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button for us and do subscribe if you are new to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Oh my gosh. Scintillating football. At the minute, it's a bit of anything I can do. Anything you can do, I can do better. For both sides. A little bit of that, isn't it? And God, we're having a good game of football at the minute. God, we are having a good game of football. Lovely play by Real Madrid again. Here's Benzema into Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. tries to cut in on that right foot, flicks it back to Benzema, who tries to glance a ball across the box. Foden killed that whole attack, he did, yeah. He got the ball caught behind him, didn't he? Bless him. Bless him, got the whole ball caught behind him like Gabriel Jesus did in the first half as well. I'd be fuming if I were Pep. Yeah, they say, don't you, that they say, don't they, that when you're the most vulnerable is when you've just scored. And City, like Fernandinho there, he's enjoying the plaudits almost. He's forgot to switch himself back on. And Fernandinho, man, he should be doing better there. Every time City go forward, Madrid look shaky. They do. They don't look like they're able to cope. And especially when they're playing the ball out from the back as well. Madrid look like they're giving them an absolute torrid time. I may be back or I may not be. Okay. I may be back, but I may not be. Ooh, mysterious from Max. See you in a bit, Max. See you in a bit. Skunky says Madrid look shy then. They do, that's the thing. Defensively, they look really shy. But you can't let Real Madrid attack. As soon as Vinicius Jr. gets on that ball with the pace he has, with the clinical eye that Benzema has and the talent that Rodrigo has, you cannot let anyone get in those wide areas. You can't. It's going to cause them a few problems, Manchester City. But they look awful playing out from the back. And like Wiki said at half-time, Carvajal, he just looks a little bit out of place today. I don't know if he's a little bit low on confidence, as Courtois just kicks the ball straight to Fernandinho. But Fernandinho's giving the ball back to Modric here, and he's demanding Vinicius Jr. to run forward. Oh, lovely ball. Oh my gosh, what a ball that is from Luka Modric into the feet of Karim Benzema. Benzema, oh, he tries to pull one back, and Ruben Diaz has done his job there. It was a lovely bit of play from Luka Modric, who nutmegged Bernardo Silva on the way through. Valverde now finds his way to Carvajal. Oh my gosh, Benzema shaping up behind Diaz, who gets his head in. Here's Modric again. It's only out as far as him, who's going to try and roll it back to Mendy, and eventually intercepted. And Manchester City can breathe as Rodri finds a spray of a pass out wide to Gabriel Jesus. Love it curved. Sam Redgate-Large is magic. He wears a magic hat, and every time he sees a good picture, he says, "Hey, I'm streaming that." Hey! Love it curved. Love it. Need a bit of energy. Need a bit of energy. Oh, I just put myself through torture. That's the other thing for Chelsea. Definitely at the minute, definitely is torture. Mahrez in a little bit of space on the edge of the box into De Bruyne. De Bruyne he kicked that a little bit weirdly. I don't know if that was just because it was slightly behind him or if he's picked up a little bit of a knock, but he did kick that just slightly weirdly. Oh my gosh. Real Madrid give the ball back again. Here is Riyad Mahrez out on this right-hand side. City just maintaining possession at the moment. They just need to keep themselves nice and relaxed and make sure that they don't concede another. If they concede another, it's going to be a problem for them. Going to be a problem for him. Zinchenko. Foden tries to go past him down that byline, trying to get past Rodrigo there. He's just stood him up there doing his defensive duties. Definitely needs to help Dani Carvajal down this right-hand side at the moment. Just a little bit exposed, causing himself, like I say, a few problems, Dani Carvajal. A couple of them goals. The first goal, well, both headed goals actually have come from Dani Carvajal. Well, defensively, not being very defensively aware at the moment. Not being very defensively aware at the moment. Guys, who do we think is going to be the next goal scorer if there is? 3-2 at the moment. Goals coming from De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, which gave Manchester City a 2-0 lead. But Real Madrid fought back, got themselves in at 2-1 at half-time. City looked like they were going to extend their lead and walk away with the win in this first leg when Phil Foden put them 3-1 up, but Vinicius Jr. responds instantly to make it 3-2, and now it's a big final few minutes, final 25 or so minutes for Manchester City and of course for Real Madrid as well. John Stones with a bullet header. John Stones has been subbed off, Aaron lad. He's been subbed off for Fernandinho, and Fernandinho's had a howler for the second goal. Had a howler. He got subbed off in 35 minutes, no injury or anything. No injury or anything. Unbelievable that Pep has done it, and we were questioning the chat as he overthought. Only time will tell, but that second goal definitely was as a result of Fernandinho playing there. I think if John Stones is there, he just has that defensive awareness, maybe just to keep his legs closed and a bit more pace to be able to track back. Anyway, I don't think he would have quite have got us as close to Vinicius Jr. as Fernandinho did. Next goal for Benzema, and Stones strikes right back. Stones isn't on the pitch, skunky lad. He ain't on the pitch. I still can't believe that substitution. I still cannot. Well, that being said, Real Madrid, like, going forward, they look okay. Like, they look like they can do something. But I think it was Wiki. Wiki just comes out with brilliant comments all the time. But I think he was saying, you know, they look shaky when City have the ball. They look shaky when they play the ball out from the back as well. There's Toni Kroos there, nearly loses the ball to, I think that's Kevin De Bruyne, who's going through the middle now, putting the press on. Really sort of contrasting teams at the moment. City look so calm at the back, but keep conceding, and maybe don't look the greatest. You know, they're fast moving forward, but they don't look like they've quite got their full sights on scoring, or quite haven't got their zoomy lens to try and see where they're supposed to be going, if you will. Really interesting. Really interesting. City have done well not to allow Modric the ball near their box. I know. Very strange. Well, switching to Jesus there was just testing you. Nice one, man. Nice one. Yeah, they have done. There was a glimpse when Modric threaded through. It was a lovely nutmeg on the halfway on Bernardo Silva, and he threaded through Benzema. But that's all we've really seen there of Luka Modric, who shares a birthday with me. Fernandinho clips a ball into the back post there, looking for Phil Foden. It's defended okay that time by Dani Carvajal, who's trying to lead the defence. The links of Jesus, Sam. I'm not sure. I think he'd suit Arteta's style of play, but I'm not sure he'd take the step down and would want to be potentially without Champions League football. Depends on that Champions League. Oh my gosh, who is that? I'm Eric Laporte wandering in there. I didn't even have time to commentate it or anything. It came from nothing. It was a decent bit of build-up play, and then I think Zinchenko's shooting here, and he shoots, and I don't know why Laporte's up there, but he just glances one towards the box. Just glances one towards the box, and goes into the hands of Thibaut Courtois. Have I just seen Nacho on? Oh my God, it's 3-2 Swansea in Swansea versus Bournemouth. They were 3-0 up, and now Bournemouth have clawed 2 back. If anyone cares about that. Laporte bullet header. Nice, Aaron. Have I just seen... Yes, David Alaba has come off as well, and he had an error that led to a goal as well. So maybe that's the thinking behind that. I did wonder. Michu for Swansea. He could do with him. Huddersfield are going up, Aaron. We are going up. Said we are going up. I really hope Swansea can hold on tonight. Just to cause a few problems for Bournemouth, especially with Forest breathing down their necks. It might just allow Huddersfield to slip through. Yeah, Bournemouth was a language. Stay in there. What? If he wants to get more regular game time, then it works for him. Absolutely. Oh my God. Real Madrid there just wandered into the box. Pretty unopposed by Manchester City, in the pass from Rodrigo there wasn't good enough to find Vinicius Jr. We need a new creative midfielder in order to create more high quality chances though. Yeah, I think the problem is with Arsenal, I don't think they'll go midfield at the minute, because you've got those 3 attacking midfielders, or 4 attacking if you include Martinelli in that, with Smith Rowe, Saka and Ødegaard. So I don't think you'll go for one of them unless you go for a real high stakes transfer. Rodrigo is coming off for Eduardo Camavinga, so I assume what will happen is Valverde will go out onto that right hand side as he did against Chelsea to potentially start that press further up the field. Evening to Dino, who says people need to accept it's City's year and move on. However, let's not forget this is hardly a prime Real, is it? But let them have their moment, as City won't be back for it for another 20 years. Lovely stuff. I was in Bournemouth for the language stay, so therefore I'm supporting them. Fair enough, Skunky. Fair enough. We can have a bit of a rivalry then, lad. Arsenal wanted Bruno Guimaraes, but he chose a better team. Nice. I understand that we need a striker, but our midfield looks smelly sometimes. Yeah, I think it's more defensive midfield. You've got players there for Arsenal that will develop. I think he'll work because he's played under Arteta when he's been at Manchester City. So I think there's a player there for Jesus to, if he wants to move, he can move. I think it's vital though that you do get yourselves. What was I saying? It's just gone from my head there. I was reading Dino's comment. What were we talking about? Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, I do think it's important though that you get yourselves Champions League football. That's where I was going with that sentence. Sentence complete. Got it done. Got it sorted. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us. We are 3 likes away from... How many likes are we away from? 2 likes away from 15 likes. If you can do that for us, that'd be fantastic. Fulham are bottle jobs. Imagine if they bottle it. But to be fair, the result for Bournemouth doesn't really do them any favours if they are looking to catch them at the moment. How many minutes on the clock? 85 minutes on the clock. 3-2. Dominic Solanke scored a penalty in the 81st minute. Crikey, a lot of goals going in tonight. As De Bruyne tries to pick up the ball in the edge of the box. He looked like there might have been a foul there. Vinicius Jr. somehow managed to get the ball, and he's going to... Oh my God, Vinicius Jr. looks unplayable at times tonight. He looks absolutely unplayable. he's unplayable at the moment. He just, every time he gets that ball down, he looks so positive. Looks so positive. If they can get the best out of him, Real Madrid, they've done so well. So well. We didn't even make an offer for Bruno. Wow. Season doesn't start in January. Very true. We'll see where you are. Come next season. Next January, we'll see where we are with Newcastle. Like I said, I don't expect wholesale changes at Newcastle. I think there'll be maybe one extra addition, maybe two, because I can't see them spending all that money. You can't make 6 signings and then bring in another 6 and expect it to work. I think they've done well in the sense of who they've brought in. And the fact that they've all gelled well as well has been very helpful. Madrid will be happy with 3-2, especially after 10 minutes in being 2-0 down, only 1 goal behind. If they can keep it this way, they'll be definitely happy. Some people know nothing about football. Some kids stream think Villa will be nowhere near Europe in 6 years and will be relegated next year. Sam, let's ask you a weird question. I don't like where that's going, Dino, but fire away. I don't know with Villa. I know Villa have massive optimism. It just depends on Stevie G, really, doesn't it? Depends on Stevie G. Still needs to completely... Oh, that's a foul on Zinchenko there, surely. He's going to wait play on. And he's got in the top corner from Bernardo Silva. What a finish. What an advantage. Brilliant refereeing. Brilliant refereeing. I thought that was going to be a blatant free kick, but Bernardo Silva drifts in, bangs it in the top corner, and it's Manchester City 4, Real Madrid 2. Madrid switched off. They were like, oh, clearly a penalty. And the 4th separate scorer of tonight is Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. And what a finish it was. What a finish it was from Bernardo Silva. Excellence from the Portuguese superstar. What a finish that is. 74 minutes on the clock. Bernardo Silva. Unbelievable. How do you spell Bernardo? Is that it? Bernardo Silva. Absolutely unbelievable finish there. And he did so well to play on the ref. The ref did phenomenally. What an advantage that is. Thibaut Courtois rooted to the ground. Madrid switched off. A lovely finish into that top corner. What a finish. What a finish. Let's have a look. Real Madrid would have been definitely, Ian. Times have changed. Ian says no. Howe is miles clear of Arteta and Gerrard. He's had a lot more experience, hasn't he? Eddie Howe, I think that's what's been shown this season, is when the hard times got tough right at the beginning where they weren't getting the form. He stuck with it and he stuck with his tactics. So... yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they all are in 5 years' time when they've, all got similar sort of experience levels. Oh, that's a great ball into Bernardo Silva again, and Gabriel Jesus tried to get on it that time. Skunky says, oh my, oh lord. I've never had an MRI scan, but some of my family have, and they just say they just close their eyes. If you're having one, that would be their recommendation, is just close your eyes and just sit there and try and fall asleep. I think my mum did fall asleep. I feel like I remember hearing that. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. Mahrez. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Riyad Mahrez with nearly one of the goals of the season as he dribbled and danced his way through, and it's just clipped the post. Just clipped the post. Oh my gosh. Riyad Mahrez had them on strings there. He was dancing. We see him do it so often, and just wide. Just wide. Oh, don't even touch Thibaut Courtois as well. It's desperately unlucky. This ends 5-2. Great finish. Absolutely. What a finish from Bernardo Silva to find that top corner. And Mahrez there nearly made it 5. Nearly made it 5. Real Madrid have been all over the place tonight, haven't they, defensively? All over the place. Who do they normally play at centre-half? I tell you what, I wouldn't be able to tell you looking at this. Wouldn't be able to tell you looking at this. Can't even... Oh my God, have Bournemouth equalised? Bournemouth have equalised. Bournemouth have equalised. It's 3-3. They've just equalised from 3-0 down. Swansea, lads, you had one job. You had one job. Oh, lads. Lads. And Forest are still beating Fulham as well. Jeez. The main centre-half's Jonathan Woodgate. By the looks of things tonight, it would be. Who is their main centre-half now? Who do they play most frequently? Let's have a look. Overview. It is Alaba and Militao. I thought it would be. They just look so out of place. They look unbelievably out of place tonight. That defensive twosome, if you will. Bring on Sterling now. Yeah, I think if you bring on Sterling, he'll just add that extra threat up front, just stretch the Real Madrid defenders who look tired anyway, and might be able to, make the most of a tired defence. He's definitely got the pace and the ability as well. Raheem Sterling. Unbelievable game tonight. What a game. What a game for Josh to have missed out on. Who do you fancy to win the World Cup, Sam? Well, looking at Vinicius Junior tonight, I tell you what, Vinicius Junior looks like an absolute player. And if Brazil can get themselves all firing, and, goalkeeper-wise, they look sound. Thiago Silva, they've got a centre-half, potentially Felipe from Atletico, obviously Marquinhos as well, they've got plenty of depth there. Maybe Brazil, it's the boring answer, but maybe Brazil. Modric sits one down, pokes one through! Oh my gosh! Luka Modric nearly. It came through a crowd of bodies. I think it comes through Bernardo Silva's legs. Ederson might have saved it if it was on target, but he's just toe poked it through. Ian says France for me. Yeah, I think whenever you come to a World Cup and stuff, you always feel like, this is a weird substitution. Luka Modric. Coming off, Dani Ceballos coming on. I'm sure Wiki will be able to tell us a few more about Dani Ceballos, but he's coming on for Luka Modric. If it was me, I wouldn't do that. But, I don't get paid the big bucks to do that. It would be just our luck to finally win a World Cup, and then it'd be the tarnished corrupt World Cup. That's part of the reason I would want to. I was thinking Brazil. I'm going for Brazil on a bet. That's the thing, I think Brazil, they just, especially if I can get Neymar firing, Jesus firing as well. Of course, they'll have Richarlison as a backup who's got a bit of talent. Oh, that's well won back there by Valverde. Here go Real Madrid. Valverde, can he roll in? Benzema, he's played him a bit wide there. Who tries to pull it back? And Bernardo Silva, excellent defending there. Excellent defending from Bernardo Silva. But yeah, maybe France. That's the thing, you just always come up with the same people, because you could go, maybe Germany as well. They've obviously got Neuer, they've got Kimmich, they've got all these top class quality players. Werner plays well for them as well. England, realistically, they've got to a final of the Euros. They've got to be at least up there as one of the favourites. So I don't know. I really don't know. Toni Kroos is going to whip in a free kick here. Oh my God, that might fall for Nacho. Spain might even be up there as well, I tell you what. Is he given a penalty? No way is he given a penalty there. I saw it hit the arm, but I swear it's from the back of him. No way is he given a penalty. No way is he given a penalty for Real Madrid. Let's watch the replay there. I swear it hits, I could see it hit the arm of Laporte, but it clips his head and it comes off like that onto his arm. What's he supposed to do, man? He's just jumped up with his arm. Oh my gosh, I'm sure VAR will be checking that. I'm sure VAR will check that. Lots of goals tonight, most certainly, across. Skunky says he's half Brazilian. Ooh, very nice, very nice. I'm half Irish, so not quite the same. I won't be rooting for the Irish. But I'd love to see France-Brazil in the final. Nice. Curve sticking with Brazil. Benzema's going to take this penalty. They've gone. It's a penalty for carrying Benzema and Real Madrid. It was a header. It came off the head of Laporte and onto the arm. Like I said, I didn't commentate it because I just thought, it's daft for them to give it. don't know how we're supposed to move out of the way. That's the problem. It's Benzema against Ederson. Oh! He chips it down the middle. The cheek of that man. The cheek of that man. The absolute cheek. He Panenkas it down the middle. Karim Benzema. Oh my gosh. You love to see it when it's against City, but when he does that against Chelsea, I absolutely hate it. What a pen, lad. What a pen. He's got bigger balls than I have, I tell you what. Oh, Karim Benzema, take a bow. Never, ever in doubt. Never in doubt. VAR check, surely. Super harsh. Yeah, I think you've got to at least check it. You've got to at least check it on the... Oh, you've got to at least check it on the VAR for me. You've got to, you know, even if you just go over, you've seen it once, let's have a look at it twice. That's my logic. But what a penalty, Karim Benzema. It's a shame it's not for 4-4, because if that was for 4-4, that would have been the most perfect way for Benzema to grab another goal, because oh my gosh, what a finish. I hope Sergio Aguero's watching that one after his failed Panenka. I think I've just seen Raheem Sterling come on as well. I think he's come on for Little Phil Foden. Let's have a look. Let me refresh my thing. Gabriel Jesus is the man he has come on for. Gabriel Jesus. What a pen, lad. What a pen. I tell you what, the Brazilians would have been proud of that one. Skunky, your boys would have been proud of that one, lad. Oh my gosh. Bruno would have tripped up and fallen on his conch. Did you see Jorginho's penalty? I hope Jorginho, if you're watching, doubt it, but if you're watching, I hope you watch that penalty, lad, because that's how you do it. That is how you do it. What an awful pen. What an awful pen Jorginho took at the weekend. I tell you what, but what an excellent pen that was. De Bruyne finds Bernardo Silva once again. Bernardo Silva. Ooh, is that a foul from Benzema? The linesman's giving it. Linesman's giving it. Ref wasn't going to give it there, you know. Ref was not going to give it there. The real Bruno scored one in open play on the weekend. Yeah, that was filthy. That was filthy, Aaron. I reacted to that, and honestly, that was filthy. Now I'm going to YouTube it now. Honestly, Curved, it was awful, mate. It was absolutely awful, lad. Unbelievably bad. Especially when you look at the standard of that penalty from Karim the Dream there. Unbelievable penalty. Real Madrid, though, Manchester City do have a free kick here, and Mahrez is going to, they're taking it short. Mahrez is going to look to roll it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko might chip one, again looking for Mahrez, who's made a run into the box. Camavinga there has missed his header, it's fallen to De Bruyne. Here is Mahrez again in towards Sterling. Oh my gosh, it was Ruben Diaz at the back post, and I think they're crediting that as a good save. Oh my gosh, there definitely looks like there's more goals in this. There looks like there's more goals. It was flicked on by, it's come off the knee of Militao, and Ruben Diaz ever so close to getting a touch on that. I swear if he gets a touch on that, that's in. It's got to be. City don't even look done though, that's the thing. Foden's going to whip this one back in again from the corner. Falls to Fernandinho at the edge of the box. Mahrez whips it back in, and Ruben Diaz again! Oh my gosh, he's stretching like a madman. He looks like an inflatable tube, man. He's just flinging his limbs in there and trying to hope that he can get a touch on it, but he's so close again. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable game of football. 4-3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable game, ladies and gents. What a game. That is the worst pen. That pen is one of the worst ever. It was so bad. It was so bad, Curved. When I was reacting to it, I was like, I can't even remember. I think I just went in complete silence. I was like, a hop, skip and a jump and... right. Honestly, what an awful pen. Oh my god, that might be a ball and a half from Rodri. Just put a little bit too much on it. Just a little bit too much on it there. Looking for the run of Raheem Sterling. Vinicius Jr., 86 minutes in, still looks like full of running, completely full of running. Unbelievable work rate from the Brazilian winger. as Marco Asensio just came on as well there. I just spotted that. Who did he come on for? Vinicius Junior apparently is the sub. Oh no, I saw him warming up. It is Asensio for Vinny Junior. Carvajal's going to try and carry the ball forward. Oh, lovely flick from Valverde back into Carvajal. Here's Benzema driving into space, carrying Benzema, nutmegs Bernardo Silva, rolls it out wide to Vinicius Junior. Vinny Junior. Oh. He's tried to curl one into that top corner. He's tried to turn one? to curl one into that top corner. Oh God, I hate it when I merge words together. It is Marco Asensio coming on for Vinicius Junior. So that is another substitution for Real Madrid. I'd be furious as a fan. I was furious. I was absolutely fuming. Absolutely fuming. How have Swansea bottled that, lads? How have Swansea bottled that? Admittedly, it's not too bad for Huddersfield. Huddersfield will then remain 3 points behind. Both Forest and Bournemouth have a game in hand. Oh my gosh. That is heating up. The battle for second place, heating up in the Championship. Let's talk about the Championship and not the Champions League for a second. Forest on 43 points on 43 games played, with 76 points. Bournemouth on 43 games played with 79 points. They're on exactly the same goal difference. If Bournemouth lose, and oh my God, it could go down. It could go down to that game between Forest and Bournemouth. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yeah, as a neutral, this is an excellent game, Ian. I've enjoyed every minute of this game. It's been so good from start to finish. It's been absolutely excellent. Absolutely excellent. Well, I say neutral, lol. Yeah, neutral, but rooting for Real Madrid. It's like, you're not really bothered if Manchester City win it, but if they don't, you kind of, you're like, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. That's how I feel. If you haven't already, guys, and you are new, do be sure to smash that like button and do hit subscribe. We will be back on, I don't know, I might do a poll tonight and see if you guys want Champions League football tomorrow or if we want Chelsea Man United on Thursday in the Premier League. I'm not overly sure what to do because obviously I've got quite a few Chelsea fans on here, but I appreciate a lot of people don't want to watch Chelsea 24/7 as Benzema does nearly ridiculously well there. Deep down inside your heart, always cheers for someone. Yeah, you're always going to back someone. Lovely flick from Tony Kroos to find Militao. I don't know why he's hoofed that on the field. Valverde's going to give chase though. Is Laporte going to realise he's put himself under a bit of pressure there? City have done well though to get that out. Here's Phil Foden. Not bothered who we beat in the final, really. Nice one, Ian. Nice one. Wouldn't it be so much sweet? The thing is, though, I was about to say, wouldn't it be so much sweeter if he beat Manchester City? But then I was like, but the competition between Liverpool and Real Madrid, that is next level. That is a rivalry. That is one of the best European rivalries in terms of teams from two teams that aren't from the same country. Liverpool versus Real Madrid is just, the last few years has just heated up to a next level. I think it was that arm break, wasn't it, from Sergio Ramos. Had Madrid won and Salah hadn't have been injured, I think we'd have been like, yeah, fair enough, the better team won. But I think if Liverpool versus Real Madrid is the final, it's going to be feisty and it's going to be a brilliant game to watch. It should be really good. Looking forward to that if it gets there. Shame you and Josh can't collab. I mean, I'm sure we could. It's trying to work out how to get these timers and stuff. Oh, hang on, where are we? Up here. The timers and stuff, which we have. It's trying to work out how to get them on StreamYard, because we both pay for StreamYard, which is a little bit stupid. There's a young lad who's run on the pitch. And now there's a streaker who's run on the pitch. Well, just someone running on the pitch. He's not naked, so he's technically not a streaker. I know. I felt sorry for the pitch invader there. I feel like he's been put up to something. I feel like someone's gone, oh, go on, run on the pitch, because he looked so upset, like that he was on the pitch anyway. But the other guy who ran on, unless he was a family member, I can't say that that's a good thing. Your clock is confusing, or is it me? Yeah, for some reason it goes to 1 hour and a half rather than to 90 minutes. It's either that or I can do 45. I need to find out from Josh which one he uses, because my one just continues going and I don't want to pay for premium of a clock. So I'm sure you can appreciate that when times are tough. But we've got 3 minutes of added time. I'm sure we'll have a little bit more, considering we've just used up 2 minutes of it with the pitch invaders. That's a great ball out wide. Referees played play on as well, and that'll be a Manchester City corner. Yeah, me and Josh need to work out how we can get a timer onto StreamYard. If we can do that, then we can do a bit of working together, and I can get guests on like I used to do. If I can work out how to do that, and I might need to speak to, is it Michael Talks Football? I think he used StreamYard. Might pop him a message, see how he does it. But yeah, the reason I did it on StreamYard previously was I used OBS, so I logged in an OBS thing, so that it'd be like an extra person, but it doesn't quite work. Phil Foden's going to whip that one in from the corner, headed clear by Militao there. Marco Asensio there was a little bit too calm in his own penalty box, but he's done well to win his side a throw-in. To win his side. Oh my gosh. Every time I go for a run, I just find myself really coughing. I don't know why, but very, very weird. Very weird. Here's Phil Foden, who's going to try to skip his way through, and Carvajal there hasn't won the ball. I'm intrigued to hear your opinions on this. If a player slides in, doesn't win the ball, but as a result of it, either the player falls over or the ball continues and goes out of play, do you think it should be given as a foul? Or do you think people should be like, yeah, come on, don't do that, give them a warning? Because technically they've not won the ball, and yes, it's a little bit of gamesmanship, but they've not won the ball, especially if players go over and they get themselves injured. It can be quite a risk. I've always questioned that. I've always questioned if the ref can go, look, I guess the problem is you could say, and there we are, that's full time, by the way. That snuck up on us. Let's have a good one, lads. It's been a good game, hasn't it? It's been a good game. Hopefully the second leg is as good as tonight's was, because that was absolutely, absolutely excellent. And thank you to you guys for some phenomenal chat as well. And let's just have a quick glance over the stats at the end, because I imagine there are a lot of goals and a lot of action to digest and talk about in this game. Let's swap over quickly, because obviously I don't want to stay on too long, nearly 10 o'clock, and of course do have work in the morning. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at some match ratings. And that says John Stones got injured. That's interesting. That is interesting. That says that that says John Stones got injured. So if that is the case, then obviously bringing on Fernandinho looks like a bit better. It does look a bit better. But look at those match ratings for some of them defenders. David Alaba, error for a goal. Thibaut Courtois should have done better on at least the first goal. Maybe even the Phil Foden header as well. And like we say, John Stones gone off injured. Ederson didn't really do too much. Yes, foul. I actually hate those fake tackles, which are actually assaults. It's a difficult one, because obviously you don't make contact with the player, so I can understand why some people are like, it's not a thing. But if anything, it promotes diving as well, if you're going to go in like that. See you later, Curved. Have a good night, mate. But look at this attacking momentum as well. City just dominating for the vast majority of the game. And that is pretty much when all three goals came. That is pretty much when all 3 goals came. Unbelievable. I am surprised at that Danny Carvajal rating. 7 rating, the same as Vinicius. Come on, lads, pull the other one. Zinchenko as well for me should maybe be a little bit higher up. But look at the amount of chances that have been created here. 16 total shots for City, 11 for Real Madrid, 6 for Man City on target, 5 for Real Madrid on target. Unbelievable numbers. Unbelievable numbers from both teams. That City definitely at their attacking best, maybe not defensively, and Real Madrid looking to hit on the counter-attack as well. But very, very interesting, some of those match ratings. Very, very interesting. That one's definitely deserved. That one's deserved. I'm Eric Laporte, maybe a bit harsh, but I can see why. But really, really strange game of football. But what a fantastic game of football it was. Just a quick reminder then, guys, before we do go, as Oliver returns right at the end. But before we do go, do be sure to smash that like button for us and do hit subscribe. Like I say, I'm going to... Oh my God, my voice is going now. I'm going to do a poll. Oh, now I've gone all deep. I'm going to do a poll to decide. We're either going to do tomorrow night's Champions League football or Thursday night's Chelsea versus Manchester United. So do let me know. And like I say, make sure you smash that like button. Turn the notifications bell on if you haven't already and you are subscribed. And if you aren't subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Subscribe. Thank you to those who have watched tonight. Like I say, it's been great to have you all having a nice little bit of a laugh and a little bit of a chat as well. So I will leave you guys there. Thank you for watching. And most importantly, as always, guys, stay safe. Cheers.